Okay, for this problem, you are asked to graph the exponential functions using the table. But even if before you use the table to graph, I will be drawing my horizontal asymptote. So that'll be my borderline that my graph never crosses. Okay, so your horizontal asymptote could be found by looking at here. It says -1. That means it's going to be translated down 1, and your horizontal asymptote is going to be y equals -1. The common mistake here is that people will just give me -1, but make sure you give me y equals -1. It is a line that you need to graph. So if you just tell me graph -1, then I'm not going to know how to graph it. You need to tell me it's y equals -1. Okay, x equals -1 will be a vertical line. Now, I have my borderline, I have my boundary that my graph will never cover or cross over. Have that done, and then we're going to use a table to graph the rest of the points. Okay, we have -4 here. Usually, I will not give you the values for the x's. You would plug in -2 to 2, but then for this one, I chose -4 for a good reason. You'll see after. Okay, -4. So -3, 1/2, -4 plus 2, and then we're going to subtract the 1 at the end. Okay, I just substituted the x right here. Okay, so we have -3, 1/2 to the -2nd power, and then we're going to subtract the 1 at the end. Okay, now for here, this is the part where everyone gets confused. Not everyone, but a lot of people. So this part right here, we have, okay, I'm going to extend this. Okay, to get rid of the parentheses, we have to distribute the exponent. So we have a 1 to the -2nd power over 2 to the -2nd power. To get rid of the negative exponent, make it positive, we have to flip over. So that gives you 2 to the 2nd power over 1 to the 2nd power. 1 to any power is 1. So it'll just give me 2 to the 2nd power, which gives me 4. Okay, so we have -3 times 4, because we just did that, -1. Okay, from here you should know, it's the middle school math. And -3 times 4 will give me -12 minus 1. That's going to give me -13. So my ordered pair for this is -4, comma, -13. Let's graph it. -4, -13 is all the way here. This will be your first point. Okay, the second point, we have -3. I'm going to substitute the -3 here for the x. And then -1. Do not forget to -1 at the end. -3, 1/2 to the -1 power minus 1. Okay, before we flipped it over and we squared. For this one, we just have to flip it over. So -3 times 2 minus 1. So that gives me -6 minus 1. That gives me -7. So then your order pair should be -3, comma, -7. -3, comma, -7 is right here. Okay, the next one, I have -3, 1/2, -2 plus 2 minus 1, -3, 1/2 to the 0 power minus 1. Anything to the 0 power gives you 1. So that'll look like -3 times 1 minus 1. So that gives me -3 minus 1. That's going to be -4, and that gives me -2, comma, -4 for the order pair. We have -2, -4 right here. -1. Okay, for this one, we have -3, 1/2, -1 plus 2, minus 1. -3, 1/2 to the first power is itself, minus 1. We have -3 over 2 minus 1. When you're adding or subtracting fractions, you need a common denominator. So your 1 here is going to turn into 2 over 2. They need to have a common denominator. The first one has a 2 as a denominator. So then we have -3 over 2 minus 2 over 2. That's going to give me -5 over 2. You could put this as a decimal, -2.5, or you could put -2 and 1/2, whatever works best for you. So then your order pair should be -1, -2 and 1/2. So -1, -2 and 1/2. Okay, notice how the points are getting closer and closer to the horizontal asymptote. It's going to approach but never cross. 0, the last one. I'll use the black one again. Okay, so we have negative 3, 1/2, 0 plus 2 minus 1. Negative 3, 1/2 to the second power minus 1. Okay, again, 2 is going to be distributed to 1 and the 2. So negative 3 times 1/4 minus 1. Now this is going to give me negative 3 over 4 minus 1. And like I said, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, you need a common denominator. So we have negative 3/4 minus 4 over 4. And you're going to have negative 7 over 4. If you change this into a mixed number, you're going to have negative 1 and 3/4. So 0, 1, and 3/4 is about right here. Okay, after plotting these points, I mean, you can go further, do 1, 2, and go further, but you don't have to because I already see the shape. We could only estimate. We know that this is going to approach the asymptote. Rest of them, you just connect the points, and it's going to go down. Okay, and that is it.